State of Texas versus Anthony Lee Davis. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks, the state of Texas.
Defense?
Kurt Hopke for the defense.
Are you Anthony Lee Davis?
Yes.
Showing you what's motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Also showing you First Amendment motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Anthony Lee Davis who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 1227 for the offense of evading arrest detention with a vehicle on June 28, 2022 for a term of 7 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Anthony Lee Davis, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of July, August, September 2022 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State?
Your Honor, the agreement proposed to the
No.
court,
The other allegations?
the state will waive and abandon the other allegation.
Any objections?
No, Judge.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 7 years in prison and up to $1,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4? Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, the agreement submitted to the court is that the motion be denied and that the defendant be continued on probation, and that the conditions be altered and amended such that he have GPS on release and make evaluation while in custody and a pre-screening for the misdemeanor mental health court.
Is that the agreement?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, deny the motion, alter amend conditions to include full GPS upon release, and whether or not it's going to be full continuously, you need to come back to the court on that. There's going to be a MIC evaluation and a pre-screening for misdemeanor mental health court, and that's to be done while he's in custody. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing further from the state.
Not on this case, Judge, but he does still have a open assault case that is going to be the one that will be reduced to a misdemeanor so that we can do the mental health court. I guess we can reset on that case.
Yes.
And deal with everything on that day.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you give a 30-day reset on that case? And if he's back sooner than that, then you can come back sooner than that.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. What date, Ms. Ferguson?
August 31st.
All right, we'll come back on August 31st.
I can't do August 31st, Judge.
Why not?
I'll be in Houston. I
Doing
have
what?
A motion to adjudicate hearing there as well.
All right, you can appear by Zoom. That's what we do here.
Okay.
All right, we'll have you
Thank you.
back on August 31st. Mr. Davis, it is very important that you remain in contact with probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2022 CR 1227, State of Texas versus Anthony Lee Davis. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Kitty Borovic for Mr. Davis.
And are you Mr. Davis? All right, you're going to need to speak up so that the court reporter can hear. All right. All right, Mr. Davis, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Anthony Lee Davis who's placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 1227 for the offense of evading arrest detention with a vehicle on June 28, 2022 for a term of 7 years? Is that you? All right, state.
Violated condition number 14U on or about the 28th day of November 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Anthony Lee Davis, did then and there fail to apply for, provide documentation of attendance, and comply with all rules, regulations, instructions, and financial agreements as directed by the court and or supervision officer and or the head of or authorized personnel of the following program. Parenting class in violation of condition number 14U.
All right, to that, how do you plead? True or not true?
And we waive the other violations alleged in the motion, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation 14U, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 7 years in prison and up to $1,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to 14U? All right, you're whispering. Court will find 14U true, Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. We're asking that you deny the motion, continue the defendant on supervision, and amend conditions to include the state the state ISF cognitive treatment track, followed by ISP supervision and continue mental health care with CHCS or Be Well, Texas upon his return.
That's our agreement, Your Honor.
Sure. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
I also have a.
State your name for the record.
Davis.
Yes. What did you want to say?
I also have an address of my sister's house, if I can go there and still get help with my.
Now, here's the thing. We've tried that. And you haven't followed through. So it appears that the only way you're going to follow through is if you're an inpatient. Now you have choices today, and I'm going to give you a choice. Sometimes I can give people choices, sometimes I cannot. So here's your choice. You can go to prison for 5 years, or either you can go to state ISF, and I'm going to order that you be on GPS. And you are not allowed to live with your mother because there's a no contact order in place. You're not allowed to live with your sister unless your sister submits a letter to the court or comes into the court and says that she wants you to live there. And even then, I may not allow you to live with her. You understand? Because a lot of people will be at the jail, they'll be at prison, they get out and they say, oh, this person wants me to live with them. And they're just assuming that because of the familiar relationship, that somebody is okay with them living with them. You understand? So what would you like to do? Do you want me to try to give you the help you need? Or do you want to go to prison? You go to prison, you get out of prison, you can do whatever you want to do. All right. So why have you not been following through on what I've been ordering for you to do?
Well, at first I had no contact order at my mom's house, so I wasn't able to stay there. So I was really homeless until I worked my way up to have a car. Then I was living out of my car, and the communication was just bad because they were trying to reach me through my mom, and me and my mom weren't even on.
Why don't you just go to probation? Probation has a physical office that you can go to. And I know that when people are on probation out of this court, I tell them if there's an issue with probation, they can always come back to the court. So you didn't come here.
When I was going to probation, and then I was doing the Center for Healthcare Services as well. So the Center for Healthcare Services lady was telling me not to report to my old probation officer. And so that was where the mix-up happened. But I was going to my probation, like when I was supposed to report, I was showing up. That was just that one time that I didn't show up at the end, and it was just bad communication. They didn't reach out to me, they reached out to my mom.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include ISF cognitive, GPS partial for any mental health treatment, waive fees, and you follow through with Center for Healthcare Services, and also for Be Well. And there's still to be no contact with your mother. Now, what's going to end up happening? We can go off the record. This is what's going to end up happening. When I say no contact with your mother, once you are stabilized with your medications and you've shown the court that you are actually following through on your mental health issues, then I'll consider allowing you to have contact with your mother, not live with her, but have contact with her. Then ultimately, if things are still going well and she wants you to stay with her, then I will consider that. But now you are not in a position where you should be staying with anyone. Now you are in a position where you should have your mental health issues addressed. Otherwise, this probation is not going to end well for you. You understand? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? I'm sorry?
No.
All right, good luck to you. Court is calling 2022 CR 1227. State versus Anthony Lee Davis. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
Nifagayon Carrillo for Mr. David.
Are you Mr. Davis? Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Anthony Lee Davis who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 1227 for the offense of evading arrest, detention, using a vehicle on June 28, 2022 for a term of 7 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. Violate condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Anthony Lee Davis did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of June, July, and August 2024 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violated conditions.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you to 7 years in the prison and $1,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, and is to deny the motion, alter and amend for a return to state ISF and GPS with RMS upon release from state ISF. That's a lot of initials, Judge.
All right, thank you. Why should I follow this agreement? He hasn't reported.
I know, Your Honor. I think it's not an excuse, but he's homeless, and he has no telephone, and it's not an excuse, but he still knows that he had he still knows he has an obligation to report. And just the fact that he just doesn't have the ability to report in.
All right, this is his third motion to revoke.
I understand, Your Honor.
His previous motion to revoke was a violation of condition number 4, not reporting.
Your Honor.
Then he had another violation of 14U.
Yes, sir.
So I don't think there's anything that the court can do to help him. I don't think he's a good candidate for probation.
Your Honor, and probation has not given up on him. And I asked court not to give up on him either. Probation still believes that if they return him to ISF, that can still help him. Otherwise, everybody, the state also believes, and I asked the court to not to give up on it either.
I mean, he's been to ISF before. He's been to ISF cognitive. I did GPS partial. So he's had everything.
Can I have a chance to speak?
Sure. You want to raise your hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Anthony Davis.
All right, what would you like to say?
So that address that's on file, that was my friend's address that I was supposed to be probated to, but when I got out, I couldn't stay there. So I was homeless from day one and I relapsed on day one. Day one, I relapsed and I had nowhere to go, but now I do because.
Well, no. Let's backtrack a little bit. You were placed on probation June 28, 2022. And a lot of cases were taken in consideration. You were placed on probation for 7 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And there were some no contact of certain persons that was ordered by me. The court did a referral to felony drug court. If not accepted there, you were to be placed in lifetime recovery. And you were to remain in custody till transferred to lifetime recovery. You're to report by Zoom. I had the UA hotline. And then there was a motion to revoke filed on May 25th, 2023. I did another referral to felony drug court. Then on June 8, 2023, you were in Comal County. I think you were in the Comal County jail or somewhere. I'm sorry, defense counsel was in Comal County. So then we recalled it for June 12th and it was set for a contested hearing. And then we had June 13th and it was recalled for August 3rd for contested. And then you ended up entering a plea of true to violation of condition number 4, which is not reporting. And I know I told you, you need to report.
Yes, ma'am.
So what I did, I denied the motion, alternate amend conditions to GPS, full until further notice, the MIC evaluation, and a pre-screening for mental health court. Then this case was recalled for January 30th, 2024. And then on January 31st, it was recalled and you entered a plea of true to violation of 14U. The state waived the other violations. I denied and altered and amended the conditions to include ISF cognitive and GPS partial. And now we're back here for a violation of condition number 4. So you know to report, you just don't report. And I don't think probation is a good fit for you.
Can I just, one more thing?
Sure.
Right now, it's like I'm having a whole turning point. I'm working, I was doing my job and I got my mom behind me now. And she's telling me, she'll tell y'all that I can stay there now. And she wants me to come home and my family wants me to come home. I want to do the right thing. I promise you, I want to do the right thing. There's nothing more. The worst thing in the world is doing time when you have kids. And I understand that now, like I do. I really want to.
No, I order parenting classes, so you should have understand that previously.
Yeah, Your Honor, if I
Yes.
may. Now, he has not completely not shown up, all right? He has shown up or he has reported. And the only one they're mentioning right now is the last 3 months, but he has reported prior and he has put an effort. And I asked the court again to not give up on him, just give him another opportunity to go back to what probation believes would help him.
Last
And-
chance, you know.
And I asked the court to please do so.
All right. The court is going to grant the motion, revoke you. The court will sentence you to $1,000 fine, give time and money to run concurrent. Does anyone wish to speak to the 7 years? Because that's what he agreed to.
And Your Honor, if you are going to sentence him, then I ask that you give, reform the sentence and give him less than that.
All right. State.
I stay to defer to the court, Your Honor.
All right. The court is going to grant the motion, sentence you to $1,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent. The court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, and I'll give you credit for any successful ISF completion.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, we can go off the record. If he would like, I can have him placed in the therapeutic community since he states there's a drug or alcohol issue that's going on with him.
Yes,
All right, so with regard to the therapeutic community, I cannot force them to accept you into the program because I have no jurisdiction over the prison sentence system. But what I can tell you is that if you don't ask for it, they're not going to give it. If you do ask for it, they may give it. It doesn't increase the length of time that you're in custody, but it could potentially help you with whatever issues you may be going through. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.